Hi Krishna everyone, and welcome back once again to our series on the glories of our beloved Sri Vrindavan Dham. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pashtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nivishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. So we are continuing with our series on stimulation for ecstatic love, and this will be part 130, in which we will continue our discussions on Srimati Radharani's dress and attire, in particular, once again, her transcendental waist. But I'd like to begin today with a passage from Vrindavan Mahimamrita by our beloved Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati. It's Sataka 7, it's part of verse 31, in which he mentions her waist. So he writes, "Always and in all situations, meditate on yourself as one of Srimati Radharani's many maidservants, which are all expert in the arts of transcendental mellows, expert in making a great variety of colorful garlands, garments, and ornaments, wonderfully youthful, beautiful, graceful, and decorated with beautiful faces, always blossoming with happiness as they serve Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. Meditate on her, Sri Radha, who has a very slender waist, who has beautiful broad hips, who is beautifully decorated with the belts, anklets, necklaces, bracelets, and golden armlets, who wears on her head a splendid and very fine veil. I pray that I shall always meditate on my actual spiritual identity in this way, and that even in the greatest calamity, I shall not be illusioned into thinking that this material body is myself, or that this home and its various paraphernalia is my property." Wow. So, I found a beautiful poem by Ballabhadas, who was a medieval poet, in his book Ballava Sakhi, in which he also glorifies Sri Radha's waist. He writes, "I offer my respects to the lotus feet of Sri Radha, which are placed in the dust of the forest of Vrindavan. I offer my respects to her waist, which is bound by the ropes of Krishna's arms. Even for a moment, Madhusudan does not remove his arms from Sri Radha's waist. It's like a snake who binds itself tightly around a sandalwood tree. Krishna's arms are like the serpent bound to the waist of sandalwood tree Kishori. I offer my respect to the beautiful face of Sri Radha, which charms all three worlds by its beauty. I offer my respect to the Yukta Swarup of Shri Shri Radha Krishna, which helps this Vallabha to cross over the ocean of material existence." Thank you, poet Vallabha Das. Now, I also came across a beautiful pastime of Radha and Krishna in a book called Dan Madhuri, D-A-A-N, Madhuri, Dan Madhuri, by the Vaishnava scholar Madhuri Das, who I discovered was a contemporary of Jiva Goswami and a disciple in the line of Srila Rupa Goswami. I consider him one of the many great known or unknown Vaishnavas in the annals of time whom we can be inspired by. This is, Srila Prabhupada mentions this in his purport to Srimad Bhagavatam 1.1.1. He writes, "Within the past 500 years, many erudite scholars and acharyas like Jiva Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Vishwanath Chakravarti, Vallabhacharya, and many other distinguished scholars, even after the time of Lord Chaitanya, made elaborate commentaries on the Bhagavatam, and the serious student would do well to attempt to go through them to better relish the transcendental messages." So Arbanuri Das writes very beautifully that one time, or once upon a time, Prabhupada says that several cases, once upon a time, Krishna's cowherd friends called out to him with great excitement from the top of Govardhan Hill. "Oh Giridhari, oh Gopal, look, some Braja gopis are traversing this hill on their way to sell butter." So shouting back, Krishna said, "My dear friends, hold on, stop these maidens immediately." So the cowherd boys immediately tried to rein in that group of gopis, but they were far too many in number, and they started to escape. So the cowherd boys called out to Krishna again, "Oh Giridhari, come quickly. These gopis won't listen to us at all. Please help us to stop them." So suddenly, with the speed of the wind, Krishna came to that place, and standing there with a long stick, he said, "My dear girls, why don't you listen to my friends? If you think you are clever enough to escape this land of Krishna and Balaram, then you are under the influence of illusion. Stop at once." So hearing Krishna's words, the gopis began murmuring to each other, and then they started laughing. So Madhu Mangal, Krishna's good friend, Madhu Mangal, asked them, "Girls, what mantra are you murmuring?" And a gopi called Indu replied, "Well, this mantra is not about food that you like so much." And with that, all the gopis started laughing and giggling again. Then Madhu said, "Dear Gopal, did you hear what this foolish gopi said to me? We should punish all of them." So Krishna agreed, saying, "You are right, Madhu, but first let's look what they are hiding in their pots." So Madhu replied, "My dear king, my nose reveals to me that in those pots the gopis hide the softest and sweetest butter that even the creator of the worlds craves for." So Krishna said, "I think they're not only hiding the softest and sweetest butter from me, but also one soft and sweet gopi. Bring that gopi to me at once." So Krishna then asked a particular gopi, that gopi, "O beautiful maiden, your body and its limbs look like solid butter. Your skin shines like white butter. Your eyes look like melted butter, and your beauty looks like an ocean of sweet and soft butter. What is your name, dear gopi?" So at this point, Lalita interrupted Krishna. She said, "You silly boy, speak nicely to this gopi, for she is none other than the beloved, most dearest and beautiful daughter of Maharaj Brishabhanu. After performing many different types of penance, the sun god himself gave her as a boon to her family. Now move aside and make move for our queen to go. Move aside and make way for our queen to go." So Krishna said, "Lalita, why are you always sitting on a pan of fire? Cool down. I'm just trying to help your queen. I want to praise her beauty." So here the author gives a description of the beautiful and auspicious limbs of Srimati Radharani. Krishna is wanting to glorify her. So he writes like this, or Krishna is speaking. This is called Subhanga Anga Bharnana. Krishna says, "For a long distance you have been holding a butter pot on the side of your sensitive waist. This waist of yours is not meant for holding these heavy pots. Just like when a little bee sits on a flower bud, the flower bud can bear its weight. But if a hawk comes and sits on the bud, the flower cannot bear that. O queen, your waist is dainty and slim, and the butter pot is heavy and big. Why are you still holding on to it? Look carefully. The soft skin of your waist appears red with marks and lines. These marks are a manifestation of Cupid's curse for not being able to make his wife's waist as beautiful as yours." Only light golden belts look good on your waist, not heavy pots. So looking at Subal, Krishna continued, Subal, immediately call the potter which made such a pot which makes my queen suffer so much. Then winking at Subal, Krishna said, Go now, my friend, bring him to me, and I will punish him accordingly. Then Krishna continued, O queen, after hearing all of this, why are you still carrying the pot on your waist? So then, tearing his flower garland, Krishna wears a long Vajjayanti, 5 different types of flowers in his flower garland, down to his ankles. Tearing this flower garland, Krishna said, O queen, let me tie this soft, coolant, and fragrant garland on your waist as a waistband. It will cool your tired waist. So Lalita spoke up again and said, Our Radha's waist is worshipped and desired by the Gandharvikas from higher planets. After performing penances for ages, they are still not able to have waists as beautiful as hers. But O Chatushuraman, meaning the smartest of all, do not fool us now. Do not fool us now. Then looking at Radha, Lalita said, Krishna just wants you to place your butter pot on the ground so that all his friends can take it and eat all of our butter. Don't be fooled, Radha. So Krishna retaliated, O Lalita, you should go to the Jamuna and dip in her waters 3 times, then all your anger will be gone. Like a debate going on here. So in the background, when she said that, all the cowherd boys started laughing. And some even said, Bolo, Yamuna Maharani ki jai ho. So then Krishna said, the beauty which has been made for worship is now present in front of my eyes. I am glorifying her beautiful waist, which is decorated with perspiration from all the efforts and struggle of carrying the burden of this butter pot. My heart aches when I see Krishnodhari holding the heavy pot on her waist. That waist of hers is the ocean of bliss and beauty. So why does it have perspiration all over it? So Lalita said, Indeed, it is as such, but Sri Radha's mother-in-law made her carry her pot by herself, bring it to Govindakund, and donate all the butter to a priest there for Vishnu Puja. So Krishna said, Don't you know that the king is known to be like Vishnu for all the people living in his kingdom? Thus, what are you waiting for? Cannot you see the cowherd boys are just like Vishnu Dutas? Please offer your pots to them, and then all of us will go to the Jamuna together. So Lalita said, But for doing that, we will be cursed by Lord Vishnu himself. Please let us go. So Krishna replied, No, the Lord will be happy to see that you are serving your king well. So then immediately, all the gopas, all the cowherd boys, started snatching and taking away the pots from the gopis. And after emptying the pots, the gopas showed their thumbs to the gopis like this in a gesture symbolizing the gopis' loss in the battle of the butter pots. The battle of the butter pots. At the same time, by removing the burden of the butter pot from Sri Radha's waist, Krishna had the rare opportunity to behold the beauty of her transcendental waist. Madhuri Das, praised to Guru and Gauranga, by whose mercy he could describe the divine beauty of Shri Shri Radha Govinda. So of course, these pastimes with all their details are meant to help us focus our minds on Radha and Krishna. As we've said many times, love is in the details. This is confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, chapter 29, verses 11 and 12. The manifestation of unadulterated devotional service is exhibited when one's mind is at once attracted to hearing the transcendental name and qualities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is residing in everyone's heart. Just as the water of the Ganges flows naturally down towards the ocean, so devotional ecstasy, uninterrupted by any material condition, flows to the Supreme Lord. So in that light, We'll finish with one last pastime, popular by oral tradition amongst the sadhus in Sri Vrindavan Dham. Once, upon a time, just after dancing with Krishna, Srimati Radharani noticed her waist bells were missing. And with her eyes, she ordered Tulsi Manjari to find them. However, her waist bells were silent out of transcendental pride and felt offended for being abandoned. So Tulsi Manjari was looking for them, and upon finally locating them, she soothed the bell's anger by saying, O Kinkini Mala, you are very dear to Radha. Please don't think she abandoned you on purpose. Then Tulsi affectionately held the waist bells to her chest and kissed them to soothe their anger and make them jingle sweetly again. Jingle sweetly again. Then she finally tied them around Sri Radha's beautiful waist. And upon seeing Sri Radha smile at having her waist bells back, Tulsi Manjari felt unlimited bliss, knowing that her service, her seva, was successful. Beautiful insights, transcendental insights, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and our acharyas to the beautiful realm of Sri Vrindavan Dham, meant to stimulate eventually some ecstatic love in our hearts. So thank you, Prabhus. We'll be back next Friday. Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki, Shri Shri Krishna Balaram ki, Shri Shri Radha Shama Sundar ki, Vrindavaneshwari Shrimati Radharani ki, Mayapur Dham ki, Gaur Nitai ki, Shri Krishna Sankirtanya ki, Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Jai Jai Shri Sri Radhe.